Hey traders, welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Monday, November 16th, and in today's video we're going to discuss S&P 500 with a record close after news from Moderna, and we'll take a look at some charting here. Not feeling the greatest today. Didn't do any trading today, as like I said, I was feeling a little under the weather, so getting some much needed rest. So we'll cruise through this here and we'll just take a look at some charts real quick. And wasn't really that impressive of a day, to be honest with you, based on the news about 94% effectiveness from Moderna in preventing it. You know, I would have expected a little bit more. I definitely would have expected us to test the all-time high, but we didn't quite get there today. So we did see record closing highs after Moderna releases UPBEAT data, and we saw that we could effectively end this by the end of 2021. Moderna trial investigator says it will not be easy. It'll be a major effort and won't be easy to get this out across America. President-elect Joe Biden says he wouldn't hesitate to take it as well, so that was notable. We also saw that California pulls an emergency brake on the reopening as U.S. cases crossed 11 million. So we're seeing a little bit more of more shutdowns there, and even with more stimulus, even with a cure. Bill Dudley says more fiscal stimulus is definitely needed. We also saw that Canadian home sales dropped a little under 1% in October and showing signs of cooling. And we saw Quebec following a similar mandate to California, where they want to ban new gasoline-powered cars by the year 2035. So that was notable. Let's just dive into some charting here. So we saw a gap up in SPY today. We got very close to the all-time highs. We had a high of 362.59. The all-time high was 364.38. So we came very close. We're within about 0.5% from all-time highs. So we're right there. Like I said, we hit that last week, a little under 1% away, and we are riding EMA 12 support there on the hourly. Taking a look at the daily chart, like I said, we had a gap up, and we do have a daily uptrend confirmed here with the higher low established at 351.26. So that's the most important short-term support. If we do reject from resistance and we come back and look to form a higher low, we'll look to form a higher low. Anything above 351.26 will give us that higher low. But if we do pull back from resistance and lose that level, that will lose the daily uptrend. But I would personally expect a potential daily equilibrium here and tightening range. I don't see us, if we would have blasted through the all-time high today, based on the Moderna news, I would have felt, you know, obviously we would have saw some huge bull buying there, but we didn't really see that today, and likely due to a little bit of exhaustion, as we had a similar move last week as well on November 9th. So that's what I'd be looking for as the most probable scenario, is likely to top out here at some point, form a daily higher low, and just see some healthy consolidation. We are nearing daily overbought territory as well. And like I said, into the end of the day, we on the hourly held EMA 12 all day essentially. So that's a nice visual guide going into tomorrow as well. Lose that, that'll be notable, and we can likely see that daily consolidation is underway. But the low of today is going to be in play tomorrow as a potential support as well. So we'll look to the low of today, 359.59. So if we lose that tomorrow, then daily consolidation is underway, and we'll look to the hourly trend changes as a confirmation of the daily higher lows being set. QQQ, not as green as SPY today, so just under 1% gains, about 7.78% on the day. So not as strong as SPY today, but we are still bouncing on the daily, and we're a little bit further away from all-time highs here, as we didn't actually get as close there. So we're about 1.5%. So sorry, that wasn't the all-time high. That we didn't get to the all-time high when SPY broke its all-time high. We rejected at 297, and then here we rejected at 299. So we didn't quite get there. So from the all-time highs, we're about 3.5%, 4% away. So that's notable. We're still seeing tech relatively weaker compared to the S&P. SMH a little bit stronger than tech, also right there at the all-time high as well. So pretty much in the same boat as S&P, about 0.5% away. So SMH definitely looking like the strongest out of those three. Looking at the dollar, so the dollar just looking for a daily higher low compared to 92.13. So we'll look to the 4-hour chart as well. Most important chart on the dollar right now for me is the 4-hour. If we can confirm a 4-hour higher low and higher high, that'll give us confidence that the daily higher low is set and we can expect a bounce. We also have daily EMA 12 that's been rejecting there for the last few days as well. So that'll be notable if we break that resistance. US oil up 3% today, and XLE, the energy sector ETF, up over 6%. So huge moves there, daily uptrends, new daily higher low confirmed down at 32.34. So obviously loving the news from Moderna as possible. Recovery continues to trend in a better direction. So we saw oil, like I said, up over 3%, looking to establish the daily higher low. So look at the 4-hour trend. We didn't set a higher low and higher high yet on the 4 hours. So we're not confident that the daily higher low is set there. Taking a look at gold. Gold, what a nasty wick that was. But we are recovering nicely here from that drop when we topped out around the 1965 level. So we are back within this weekly descending triangle, but we are breaking out of the triangle again here now. So we'll see if we can maintain this inside bar going into the rest of the week. I would potentially like to see a break at some point in the next couple of weeks. So that's what I'm looking out for. Whether or not we break bull or bear, I'm prepared for each scenario, but leaning bearish based on this weekly pattern of a descending triangle here. XBI, so the biotech sector ETF, up about 0.5% today. The home builders ETF up 1.57%. XLF up a little over 2%. So the financial sector, a little ways away from all-time highs yet. So a little bit of a laggard there. Real estate trust ETF, still a long ways to go from its all-time high. So we're definitely seeing the real estate sector cool down a bit. XLV, notable that was red today. So the healthcare ETF, but still in a daily uptrend, just looking for a daily higher low. If we lose the low of today, which is 111.37, that's going to be the most important short-term support going into tomorrow. We lose that, then we'll look to daily consolidation, and we'll just look for a daily higher low compared to 109.98. So that's where we stand. Bitcoin breaking to new highs on the daily. You can see that we are at the highest levels, up over 5%, which is the highest levels that we've seen in years. And we are very close to the all-time high here now. We're about, let's do a quick check. Only about 10 to 15% away from the all-time highs there. So bulls making a statement, and congrats to those in bullish positions. We had a support line here that I drew on Bitcoin. Once we touched down for that monthly higher low that we set at 9,800, it's just been all bulls ever since and blasted through our first resistance. Now we're looking up at all-time highs. So crypto definitely leading the charge higher. Gold obviously lagging compared. Bitcoin probably one of the most best performing assets of 2020. In terms of individual tickers, Space was down 6% today, and BA and SU, so Suncor, energy sector was up huge. Obviously the recovery stocks are making a comeback. So we had Air Canada up about 5%, Disney up almost 5%, and Boeing up almost 10%. So little over 8% there on the day. So obviously catching a bid based on that Moderna news. Taking a look at Canadian MJ, we saw labs took a loss and was down about 28%, 30% there on the daily. So taking a huge hit to the chin there as well. VFF up over 8% today. That's where we have it. That's where we are on Canadian MJ. CGC up a little over 1%, but APHA leading the move higher there amongst the tier 1 LPs. Looking at the US sector, so we saw EN down almost double digits today, a little under 9%. Who do we have as notable movers? VFF, not surprising there. So VFF leading the move higher today. Again, I'm going to cut this video a little short, not feeling that well today, and just going to work on getting some rest so I can come back and be 100% tomorrow. So other than that, that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. Thanks again for tuning in for another daily market recap. We will see you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be feeling much better, as I just have a stomach ache essentially, so it's nothing major. I don't think I need to go get checked out, so nothing to really worry about in my opinion, but definitely going to take the rest of the day and take it easy, and hopefully be back tomorrow in full form for you guys. So again, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow for another daily market update.